Hello everyone, welcome back. This is your general collective reading regarding the energy of the new moon in Gemini. So this is an all signs reading, which means it will not be for everyone watching. But if it is your story, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If not, you can always check my channel for other messages you need to hear. Just remember to reverse roles however they apply to your story, as time, energy, and gender are fluid. And as always, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tap the notification bell so you can catch future readings. So to my lovely subscribers, thank you so much for your love and continued support of the channel. Thank you so much for your donations, all of your comments, kind words, and encouragement. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys enjoy these videos. So for those of you who are new subscribers, please be sure to check the description box below for all of my details and ways for you to connect with me outside of YouTube, especially my payment app information and website details for those of you who do want to purchase private readings. So for those of you who enjoy the astrology chat, this one's going to be very short and sweet. And for those of you who'd like to skip the next couple of minutes, you can find your timestamp down below. So as always, we know that the new moon energy is all about manifestation, calling in our desires, setting our intentions. We haven't really been able to do so without the chaotic energy of eclipse season for quite some time. And I say quite some time because we are also in the middle of Mercury Retrograde, which in my opinion makes time move a little bit slower. And that's the whole concept of retrograde, isn't it? It's to slow down, it's to review, it's to revisit. Now, I think it's great that the moon is in Gemini and that Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So over the next couple of days, I feel as if a lot of us are going to be really thinking hard about how we want things to materialize for us over the course of the next few months. So as I mentioned in my previous video, obviously eclipse season is not a great time to manifest. Again, it's very chaotic. A lot of events that occur during eclipse season are fated. And I can say firsthand that several situations happened throughout the last few weeks that seemed divinely orchestrated. Okay, so for those of you who have had those sort of experiences over the last couple of weeks, please comment below. But again, paired with the energy of Mercury in retrograde, it's been a very hazy and confusing beginning to the summer months, okay? So as we move out of this fog and we start to move through the end of Mercury retrograde, keep in mind we have a couple of days left before it stations direct. Now, for some of you, the shadow period, like myself, can be more stressful than the actual retrograde. But again, each person is going to be different depending on your personal placements. So I do urge you to check out Cafe Astrology and get your birth chart. But anyways, as I was going to say, I'm obviously getting off on a tangent here. The energy of Mercury retrograde and the energy of it being in Gemini and Taurus, it's really causing us to review and rethink how we want things to manifest, okay? The energy also of Taurus entering Venus, or Venus entering Taurus, I should say, is also giving us that need for comfort, for security, and luxury. So a lot of us are starting to really get a feel for what we love and what's important to us, what makes us feel safe, what makes us feel comfortable. And that paired with the energy of Gemini, it's kind of giving me the vibe of getting your mind and your heart in the same place. I actually just did a personal reading, which this theme came up very heavily. And as we know, your thoughts create your reality, okay? So what's going on in your mind is very important, because once you start giving in to negativity, it's very easy for you to lose touch with that new reality that you're trying to create. Now, when our mind and our heart are working together, excuse me, when our mind and heart are working together, our heart gives our mind that extra push to really drive home those desires, okay? If our heart's not in it, if our heart is not fully invested, then how can we possibly make something happen just on our thoughts alone. Okay, it has to be a team effort. So I do feel like these two energies are working together quite nicely. Obviously, the end of Mercury retrograde is in the sign of Taurus. So it's kind of a combination that I feel like we've been looking for here. I think a lot of us have really been focused, really been intending for our manifestations to come into the physical. But when our heart isn't there, or when we have doubts, when we have fears, when it conflicts with something that we know in our heart to be true, then that creates delays. So I feel like this Mercury retrograde, this new moon in Gemini, is really asking us to think things through, asking us to really be sure and certain about what we want based on what makes us feel comfortable, safe, and secure. So let's get into the actual reading and see what Spirit wants us to know in regards to this energy. So we're starting with the new moon in Libra. Know you are loved. So this goes back to what I was saying about your heart being in the same place as your mind. Some of us have those doubts and fears because we're worried about what other people think and feel. Okay? So Spirit is reminding you that you are loved, that you do have reason and causation to believe in yourself. This is Spirit reiterating that what's going on in your heart is very, very important. If you're allowing yourself to fall into those doubts about yourself, that, no one cares about you, no one loves you, things of that nature, the negative self-talk, Spirit's telling you, you are loved. Okay, be confident in that. And even if there's not a single person in this earthly plane that you feel like genuinely loves you, your ancestors are behind you. Spirit is behind you. The universe is behind you, conspiring in your favor. We also have the full moon in Taurus, detoxify. So again, Spirit is saying to get rid of any of those negative themes and allow yourself to ground in what makes you safe and secure. Again, Taurus energy popping up loud and clear. This is all about what makes you feel safe. Okay. Next up is the new moon in Cancer. Relax. So Spirit is also telling you it's time for you to take a break. It's time for you to just allow things to transpire. This energy of Mercury retrograde and Gemini, it's a very overthinking sort of a vibe. And again, you're probably going to find yourself over the next couple of days with racing thoughts. Spirit is saying to relax. Allow yourself to get rid of anything that doesn't support your vision. Next up, we have the last quarter moon in Leo. Lighten up. So all of these same similar, I should say, phrases: detoxify, relax, lighten up. Spirit's telling you it's time for you to take a load off. It's time for you to channel that energy of Taurus and allow yourself to luxuriate. Okay, this is not a time for overthinking and overanalyzing. This is just a time for you to think things through logically and remember what's really important here: love. Okay, so bottom of the deck, we also have the new moon in Gemini. Think it through, which is exactly what I said is going to be the theme over the next few days. You really cannot make this stuff up, you guys. So let's get straight into the tarot and see what is coming for us with this energy. So we're starting with the Eight of Swords. Air energy, Gemini, overthinking, worrying, feeling stuck, mental prison, thinking things through. But Spirit is giving you a warning here. Don't think things through to a point of debilitation or feeling like you can't move things forward. Spirit is saying it's time for you to remove the blindfold and stop living in fear about what's to come. And again, going back to that whole heart and mind being in the same place or on the same page, that theme is coming up once again. So let's move on. Let's see what else we have to see about what's coming based on this energy. Judgment. Notice that it came up in the reverse though. So some of you are going to be overthinking because of the fear of making a wrong choice. Okay, some of you will be getting some very clear signs from Spirit, letting you know what path you need to be on moving forward. And also this judgment energy with the horn blasting in this person's environment could be exactly what needs to happen. Maybe this could also represent the clarity of coming out of retrograde, seeing things clearly and getting clear-cut signs from Spirit on how to move things forward. So not only thinking things through, but also leaving the door open to receive clear messages from your spirit guides, angels, and see what's supposed to happen for you moving forward. I think a lot of us tend to cling to our fear in times of confusion. Instead of really hearing that resounding trumpet, we block it out because of the what ifs and the supposed dangers or pitfalls of not getting what it is that we want. So again, the fear creeps in and debilitates us sometimes from moving things forward, which again, you can pretty much recap all of that in saying eclipse season and Mercury retrograde partnering up to make things crazy, okay? But now that we're moving out of this, these two cards together just simply tell me Spirit is coming in loud and clear and telling you it's time to relax, lighten up, think it through, okay? The very clear and concise messages that are very, very similar all in a row. Spirit is driving this point home for whoever's listening. So what else do we need to see about what's to come based on this energy? A justice. Nice. We also have the 5 of coins. So this could be a very specific scenario for someone, but what's going to come out of this energy is justice being served, karmic justice based on someone being left out in the cold, someone being abandoned, someone being left with nothing, okay? So obviously sometimes too, when I see the Justice card and the 5 of Pentacles together, this could be Spirit saying someone's finally getting that divorce. Someone is finally dividing the assets, and this could bring about a point of financial struggle or distress. But ultimately, you can see here with this image of the mirror being cracked and the pentacle symbolizing the sun over the mountains. I almost feel like there was some sort of amazing opportunity, but it was dashed by struggle, by obstacles. Okay, so it's like someone had this vision of happiness, of joy, of things coming into fruition, and then the mirror cracked. Okay, so as you know, sometimes a cracked mirror can symbolize bad luck for those of you who are superstitious. But to me, this is just a very tragic scene, right? We have this queen who looks forlorn with her child. Some of you watching could be a single mom, okay, who was left out in the cold by someone in the past. This could be you getting your karmic justice for all of that going down, okay? And again, we talked about the potentiality of divorce being finalized, legal issues being settled, and overall on a collective scale, for those of you who have been watching the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial, it's been crazy to see. It's basically like the poster trial for all manipulative, verbally abusive females that we talk about in these readings. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I think it's really important that Johnny Depp has spoken out against Amber Heard, because it shows that men are abused too. And so without getting too much into it, obviously this is not a reading specifically about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but y'all hopefully know what I'm getting at here, okay? And hopefully this combination of cards is proof that Johnny will have his justice, okay? Whether or not he actually wins, okay, whether or not the jury is unanimous as it needs to be, I feel as if the evidence being presented, and for someone who has watched the trial live for weeks, it's very clear, okay? It's very clear what's going on here, and that's all I'm going to say. So let's go ahead and keep on moving forward before I start to cry for Johnny and get real emotional. But we have the 6 of Cups. So regardless of what's going on here, there is a deep soul connection that's coming into review. So I have a feeling for a lot of you, this involves someone finally walking away from something that has been painful, torturous, possibly even abusive, to where they felt like they were left with nothing, that they were worth nothing. Regardless of all of that, it's like this glimmer of hope, this remembrance of this connection of the past. So for some of you watching, you could be that connection, right? You could be the person that this person is reminiscing on, feeling that soul contract with, wanting to reconcile with. And I love this scene because it reminds me of the Little Mermaid when she's looking at the statue of Eric, okay? It's like that's her only memory that she has of that moment, of that love at first sight, that instant connection. Ariel knew that she was meant to be with Eric, okay? And as ridiculous as it might have seemed to her father or to her friends, she knew the truth. And there's something about this that's very important. Your person, or whoever this person is, has always known the truth. But instead of following their heart, they've allowed their mind to confuse them back into a state of this, okay? They've allowed themselves to remain a prisoner in their mind. Spirits coming in and saying, no more, okay? No more of this. It's time to get on the right path. It's time to find your way back to the one that you are connected with via the soul, okay? So what else do we need to see here? Yeah, the Fool. So clearly there's a new beginning on the horizon here, okay? But as this card is popping up in the reverse, this is bringing up to question the concept of free will and destiny, right? So a lot of you can probably feel when things are about to take a turn. You may not be able to put your finger on it or explain it, but you can feel when the tides are starting to change or a new beginning is starting to emerge. This person, as you can see, the Fool, instead of walking confidently, we have him balled up into the fetal position, okay? He looks afraid. So I do feel that even though this person can feel this new beginning, it's almost as if they're afraid of it. They're still afraid to take risks. They're still afraid that they're gonna get hurt. And you know what? This is gonna make me fucking cry right now. Because this image of him curled up, it reminds me of like a skittish animal or someone who has been abused, okay? Crawling back into that state to protect themselves. So this person, in a sense, is sort of like a baby, right? Emerging from this, whatever they went through, right? This horrible thing that they went through, and now emerging as someone new. There's a fear there that this person has based on their experiences. It's not because they don't want to reconcile or because they feel like they don't want a new beginning. It's because they're afraid that what happened to them before is going to happen to them again. All right. So this person has been conditioned to fear, and not just to fear, but to fear their own path forward, which is really sad. So what else do we have to see here? The High Priestess. So again, this is about your inner knowing, your intuition, connecting the dots between what you know in your mind to be true versus what you also know in your heart that makes you feel safe and secure. So the High Priestess is a secretive energy as well. So I feel almost as if this person, even though they feel this connection, even though they know that it's what truly makes them happy, that it's the direction that their heart is calling them towards, this fear is causing them to keep this to themselves. And I think that that's probably a good thing for this person, because they need to retrain themselves. They need to start trusting themselves again and allowing themselves to be open to this new beginning. If they can't trust themselves, right? I said they've been conditioned to not even trust their own path forward. If they can't trust themselves, how are they going to move? How are they going to make anything happen? This person is going back within themselves to the answers of the universe that they've known to be true all along, and they're keeping things to themselves, okay? So what else is going to come from this energy? Oh my goodness. So we have the Star and the Emperor. So I do feel too, after a period of thinking, after a period of, I keep hearing the word training and retraining. So like they're retraining themselves to feel confident based on what they know to be true. And let's go back to the whole concept of abuse, right? We talk about narcissistic abuse. The whole goal of the narcissist is to basically discredit you, is to make you feel crazy, is to make you feel like you're the monster or you're the villain. This person has to now tap into their intuition and go back to what they know to be true and say, you know what? Nah, that ain't it. That's not the truth. That's not my reality. That's just what this person wanted me to think. So there's a bit of a remembrance happening here for this person as well. And now we have the Star and the Emperor. This person's wish, their dream, their goal is to rise back up in their power, their confidence, to take control over their life and move things forward. This is divine masculine energy. The Star is all about divine timing. So for those of you who are resonating with the story, Spirit is saying that everything that's happened for this person has been about divine timing. Things being orchestrated behind the scenes to make this person heal and to give them new hope. You can see here too, the Emperor sits on his throne, but he's looking down at the ground. So I almost feel like this person is going through a time of reflection, or they will be, since we're talking about the future energy. This person is going to go through a period of reflection where they remember who the hell they are, okay? They remember their purpose here. They remember, some of them could even be remembering that they are a star seed, okay? This is a period of remembrance. And it's because we had been forced to slow down and review and rest and rethink things during Mercury retrograde. So for those of you who feel like Mercury retrograde has literally come to destroy your life, like me, this is also a reminder that these retrogrades are here for your benefit. It's to help you. It's to give you a chance to pause and rethink your approach. So what is going to be the outcome here based on this energy? So we have the King of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this person is going to come forward and basically reveal their heart, okay? Typically, the King of Cups is stingy with their love or their energy, not because they don't believe in it, but because their love is so strong and so real that they don't want to waste their time sharing that cup with anyone who isn't worthy of their love, right? The King of Cups in the reverse to me is like the opposite, essentially. Someone who is not holding their cup close to their chest. Someone who is open and honest with how they feel and revealing themselves and their true nature. Okay, so I do feel as if this person is going to come forward and reveal their feelings. And look at that, we have the Lovers. This card was in the reverse, so this could be simply saying that part of that revelation or reveal for this person is going to be to admit to the fact that they had chosen wrong in the past, or that they didn't make the right choice. They know they were divinely guided to this person, but they chose to keep their feelings and their heart closed. Okay, they chose to because a part of them knew that there were things that they needed to handle and deal with before they can move forward. So this kind of sounds to me a little bit twin flamey, I'm not going to lie. So it sounds to me like someone has had to go through the dark night of the soul and realize some things about themselves, vindicate themselves, and get justice for the way that they have been manipulated and made to feel as if they were incapable of moving forward and starting something new for themselves. There's been someone holding them back from that. Spirit's telling them no more. What else do we need to see here? Also, the energy of the Lovers is Gemini energy. So again, this is all talking about Gemini season, okay? Everything happening in Gemini season. So Knight of Wands. So to me, the Knight of Wands represents someone who is passionate, brave, and someone who is racing forward without really thinking things through. So there's this sort of a pent-up energy I'm feeling from this person. And I feel like once they are honest about how they feel, things are going to move forward very quickly, okay? Obviously, the Knight of Wands can represent a player or someone who is afraid of commitment, but I don't really feel that here. I feel more as if this person has been liberated in a sense, and now they're free to follow their passions without having to constantly be stuck in that energy of the Eight of Swords. This is someone who is going after what they want because it's what they desire. It's because it's their soul that's calling them in that direction. This reminds me of Cornelius from Thumbelina. And we know that Cornelius, well, maybe some of you don't know, but if you haven't seen the movie, Cornelius was very brave. Okay. And I think that that's very important. This person is finding some newfound confidence in moving things forward in the direction of their choice. So a major transformation happening for whoever this person is. Finally, we end at the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment. So we're talking about someone's journey here coming to fruition. Someone who's been through hell and back and finally getting justice and vindication for what they've been through. Finally listening to their intuition, finally taking action, revealing their true intentions, their heart, their feelings, and standing up in their power. Okay, so this ends with a wish fulfillment. Y'all, this is a general collective reading. So I'm telling you right now, this is my prediction. Johnny Depp is going to win this case tomorrow. Okay, so y'all come and refer back to this reading and tell me if I was right or wrong. I hope to God that I'm right. But again, like, regardless of what the jury decides, everyone in the world now sees the evidence. Everyone now can see what's really up. And so I think that the fact that this case took place during eclipse season and Mercury retrograde is just so... Y'all, the astrology is astrologying, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that because I know some of you are probably tired of me talking about Johnny and Amber's case, but I'm always open to y'all's opinions, comments. I would love for you to comment below on what you think about the trial, on how you think the jury is going to rule. And overall, I would love to hear about your personal situations and how they're running parallel with that specific story. If you've been through any sort of abuse, okay, where gender roles are not the way that they are supposed to be, okay, then please comment, send me a message, because like I said, I've been in situations like that. And and y'all, I'm a woman, but I have dated Amber Heard. Okay, I have dated Amber Heard in many different faces and forms, and it's all the same. It's all the same. A narcissist is a narcissist. An abuser is an abuser is an abuser. Okay, so anyways, you guys, let's move into the other messages. I'm going to dip into the Moon Oracle and see what is the challenge ahead here. Even though, honestly, I feel like the challenges are behind based on the cards that we just saw. So we have disseminating waning air moon, reputation. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting chills. And full moon, solution. So you guys, I really, really feel like this isn't a challenge at all. I feel like this is someone getting vindicated, someone getting their justice, someone who maybe had their reputation ruined. Okay, going back to that Five of Pentacles energy, someone left out in the cold, abandoned, abused, used. They're getting their justice. There will be a solution. There will be a positive outcome. Okay, so what is the advice here? What does Spirit want us to see as far as closing this reading? Sorry if y'all can hear my kids playing in the background. So we've got Pluto, which is death and transformation. We just talked about that. Someone has gone through a major transformation, and the North Node, destined to have. So this is all about your, I was going to say your person, but it could also be your goals of moving things forward. North Node is about destiny. It's about your desires and why you're here on this earth. The Pluto energy of death and transformation to me just simply says this, all of this, no matter how dark, depressing, traumatic, messed up things that you've had to go through, it was to get you here, okay? It was to get this person here to where they can finally move things forward and be realigned with their destined path, okay? So again, this isn't me downplaying anyone's specific trauma or saying, oh yeah, you went through all of this horrible shit so that all of this can happen. No, I'm telling you that all of these horrible things that you went through, it was merely a rest stop for you. Okay? It was merely a time for you to pause, or again, this person to pause and learn the lessons that needed to be learned in order for them to fulfill their destiny. Okay? So hopefully this message resonated with you. I know it was kind of scattered and the ice machine's going off and everything and all of the pauses and edits in this video, but I'm actually recording during the daytime and it's summer, so my kids are out of school. So I'm just trying to do the best I can here and get y'all a reading. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely comment below if any of it resonated with you. Send me a private message if you want to keep your information personal and private. I understand that as well. And if you would like to go even further into your personal situation, like I mentioned, I am open for private readings, so you can find those details below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this new moon and the energy that follows, seeing as it all looks pretty great. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.